There's a big old chunk of a Sierran tree frog. It just flipped. Probably a big female full of eggs. Wow. That's a big one. Alright, we have a good example here of two little California newts and a yellow-eyed ensatina, which mimics them. The ensatina, of course, mimics the newts because the newts are highly toxic, whereas the ensatina is only mildly so. More noxious than toxic, I would say. These newts are really tiny, new metamorphs. You can see how small they look against my hand. Just a couple more pretty little tree frogs under a rock. Nice variation. It's a juvenile western skink. It just flipped. Got a nice bright blue tail, as they usually do. Here's a nice little rough-skinned newt, juvenile. This species is the most toxic of the Tarica genus. Beautiful though. What time is it?
11.
I meant it's cave time.
Oh.
Making our way to the cave. Now it is cave time. For real.
And now it's actually cave time.
Got a cave spider with an egg case here. I'm not sure if this is the Dolof cave spider or not. I'm gonna have to look at some pictures. Okay, a couple more cave inverts. We have, looks like a little millipede of some type and a little isopod of some type. Maybe I should have came a little more prepared. But they're very cool. Look how that isopod lacks any pigment. They've probably been living in this cave for a long time.
Let them go!
Daily reminder that mushrooms are not plants. There's no light down here, except our light. So cool.
That's so interesting.
Okay, we're pretty sure this is the Dolof's cave spider. These are troglophile, which means that they like caves, but they aren't, like, super adapted for them. So you can see this guy still has a lot of pigmentation and stuff going on, which means they probably haven't been doing the cave life quite as long as some of these other invertebrates that don't have the pigmentation. Spiders. This one has a millipede. Pretty cool. Sorry. There's another one. Very nice in the center of a web. Oh yeah. Come on. Focus. We need the money. There's the money. That's a nice shot.
Oh my god. Wow.
Considering there's like no light down here. There's another one there.
Hey, some kind of like interesting. Truth be told.
Little baby ensatina. Had to leave the cave to find some herbs. There's a nice little California giant salamander larva right there. Looking pretty good. Hope to see some bigger ones too. It's decent size though. You can see those little gills. How cute. There's two more larval giant salamanders. That one on the bottom is pretty good size. Across the stream. Sorry if it's kind of blurry. See, they're kind of sitting in these more still pools in the stream system here. Itty bitty baby. And a pretty big one over there. That's number 11. We're at over 20 salamanders, giant salamanders at this point. There's 2 in the screen. 22. There's a really big one over here.
23, little guy.
Oh,
The size differentiation is crazy
There's
in here.
a big one right there.
What did we say? 22?
Yeah,
23.
23.
Did we already count those two? There's
Yeah,
so
those are
many.
the ones that
Okay.
I saw
then
right
I'm
after we saw this guy.
22.
Okay, we're at 22. Yeah, this guy's big. He's like 5-6 inches. Why aren't you out yet? Here's a special winter blooming flower. This is called the fetid adder's tongue. Really elegant looking. They smell kind of bad. They attract flies. And then when they're fertilized, their seed pods droop to the ground. Running a black light on a millipede here. You can see that these yellow spotted millipedes really fluoresce under UV lighting. Super cool. Take a look at this. It's essentially an albino redwood. These aren't dead, they just lack pigment. Super cool. I'm pretty bad at remembering to introduce people, so just wanted to give a thank you to Tiernan, fellow salamander researcher and mushroom picker, for showing me some cool spots along that creek for giant salamanders. What a beautiful dark ensatina. You can see that the forest floor is getting rapidly drier, unfortunately. Haven't had rain in the past month and a half or so. So that's a bummer. But some salamanders are still out. Here's a really gorgeous flame phase coast garter snake. Flame phase is just the kind of description that people give to these high kind of orange ones. Really gorgeous though. Look at that guy. These snakes are so variable in their coloration. This one has some nice green tones as well. What a spectacular looking snake though. Okay, as always, we're gonna let this guy go on his way. Beautiful snake. Here's an unfortunate fellow. Little pinup head. Wonder what the issue was. Looks young, and looks not very old actually. Poor guy. Hopefully not like pollution related. Bummer. There's a sleeping elephant seal right there. He's not dead. I just saw his mouth move a little bit. Wow, that is a massive animal. I'm not gonna get close for scale, but that is just wild. I mean, these things get huge. Wow. I'm zoomed in, so I'm a little bit far away, because these guys can be kind of speedy if they feel inclined. What a cool creature though. Sorry for my shadow, but you can see here there are just hundreds of western-toed tadpoles. They lay large egg masses and they hatch en masse, and they just kind of flood the environment with their offspring. This is a good strategy for dealing with bad years, if you can take advantage of resources when they're available like this. There are also some Sierra and tree frog tads mixed in here. You can see there's an egg mass over here. That's a tree frog egg mass. Yeah, they're all throughout this water body. Very cool.
Here.
Yeah.
And that, look at that crazy centipede thing. What is that?
I can't believe there are 7 of these toads in here.
Well,
that's a millipede.
Millipede?
Yeah.
The toads in the lab.
So these long strings all throughout the water here, those dark ones with the black dots, those are toed egg masses. And there's just millions of individual eggs. It's insane. Just goes along the shoreline. Look how dense it is right here. Those are all toad eggs, each of those little black dots.
Oh, Mr. Man. Come on, buddy. Don't go over there.
Little California newt in a puddle here. This is a fairly recent metamorph. Alright, out with Lance again. Hey. Weaver's Wildlife. And we got a nice little Santa Cruz aquatic garter. Little juvenile. Very nice. You can see the characteristic kind of lime green coloration below the face and on the belly a little bit. Really pretty snakes. Sorry for the camera. Here's a nicer view of this little guy. With a little better focus and with him writhing around in my hand. There he goes. Goodbye, garter snake.
There he goes.
So Lance here made the flip. Wow, look at him. This is a little neonate California mountain king snake. Definitely last year's baby. Aren't they just the most perfect looking serpent there is? Wow, gorgeous snake. Good job.
I just flipped this beautiful little baby Zonata. I'm so happy. I haven't seen one of these since I was just a teenager. And when I did see it, I was with a class trip, so they wouldn't let me put a hand on it. And now
So we're, of course, indulging in a little bit of photography with this little guy. It's not usually too often that people like us come across them, so have to take advantage when you can, I suppose. Alright, there he goes.
and release.
Beautiful little snake.
I said release.
Goodbye. I believe this is the same juvenile gopher snake I saw in late fall last year. It's good to see the same snakes over again when they're doing well like this. Nice body condition on this guy. Looks like he's gotten a meal recently. All right, just got the first rubber boa of the year. What a cool snake. So of course this is the northernmost ranging boa species, getting all the way up into Canada. This is a northern rubber boa. They're pretty famous for having that club-shaped tail, sometimes called the two-headed snake. And I've talked about that strategy before, but basically these guys like to raid rodent burrows and things like that, and they will present this head-shaped tail to the parent rodent, and it gets attacked. And as you can see, there's a lot of scarring on the tail here. So this one has definitely been doing that. Super cool. And it's really interesting, actually, if you were to be able to see the skeleton of the snake. The vertebrae in the tail, the caudal vertebrae, are actually enlarged. So when you have that kind of like increased bone structuring in well, really in any body part, it's called ossification. So they have an ossified tail, which helps protect them a little bit. What a cool little snake. Beautiful. First little ring neck of the day, put by Faris here, right in the parking lot of wherever we are. Cool little guy. You can see he's in shed. The belly's kind of pink in color. A little bit faded looking. And Neo flipped another ringneck.
Oh.
2 snakes for the day.
Under a 10 piece.
Yeah, a little bit of tin.
There's an ant on my neck right now.
Just found this really gorgeous Ensatina. Such an orange one. It's a pretty good sized individual too. Look at that coloration. This is one of the nicer ones I've seen, I think.
Another one!
This is the third ringneck, well, fourth ringneck, but third that we've had in hand today. They are on the move right now. Well, they're under stuff right now, but they're moving away from us.
Would shade be better?
Good stuff. Sightings. We just flipped this nice little gopher snake. It's pretty large, juvenile, almost sub-adult at this point. Really good looking one though. Nice and healthy. He's a little cool still, so he's letting us take some pictures pretty easily, which is nice. Here's the part where we send him home. If he wants to. Or not.
Just chilling there. Unless you want to redo the release.
Yeah, we can. I'll just cut the clip. You want to go under your board?
You found it?
No. How about over here?
Oh,
There we go. Goodbye.